Good morning, kids. On day 3 of VBS, we learned that God gives us strength, so we should trust God. And we learned in Philippians, it tells us that for I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. And we heard the story from Moses, the battle of the Amalekites. And we saw a little bit of some young men who are very excited and gung-ho to go fight that battle. And they really were excited to defeat those Amalekites. And their mother questioned them whether or not they had enough strength on their own to do that. And we saw that the Israelites were able to win that battle because God had Moses lift his hands high up, and he had some helpers that helped him hold his hands high up. And while they're high up, they were able to defeat the Amalekites. And we see several times the Israelites go into battle and that God fights the battles for them. His presence come between them in the pillar of fire when Pharaoh's coming against them, and he guards them and he shields them and he protects them. And so I thought to myself, what are some things that are both weak and strong? I'm sure we could think of things that are just weak, like maybe like a plastic fork that bends easy versus a really heavy duty metal one. Or maybe you can think of like a young child's not really strong yet, but a grown man really strong. But have you thought of something that's both weak and strong? Because the Bible tells us when we're weak, God comes into us and can make us strong through his power. And so I came up with my favorite liquid/solid, or non-Newtonian liquid. And I thought to myself, well, this is kind of weak because it's kind of gooey and it just runs down and oozes out. So it doesn't seem very strong, right? It doesn't seem like it would really hold up under any pressure. However, you will see that when you take your fist and you punch it, it doesn't really go through it. It's kind of solid. You can hear it. It's solid. And it's kind of a neat thing to remind us that when we are weak on our own, but that God's power can come and fill us. And he can do that through his divine presence or miraculous gifts. Or sometimes he sends his people to help us. And we are able to be strong because he is strong and he fills us up. And so we can remember that God gives us strength, so we should trust God. And that we can do everything through Christ who gives us strength. Not on our own, but through Christ to all the things he has called us to do. I will see you guys next week.